Tell me a little bit about the short film, Transcend.
Transcend has a lot to do with my fears, my desires, my innermost fantasies. It deals on a very subliminal level. I think we all do things without knowing why. When we look back, we realize there was a reason for why we did those things. And I'm trying to understand the reasons for why my life has arrived at the destination that it has, and ultimately what was my purpose in taking this course.
You know, the only time I really feel like myself is when no one's around. I like coming here because not only do I have the mental clarity to get my work done, but it makes me feel more connected to things bigger than myself. I like the solitude. You know, some people feel like they always have to be with someone, like in a relationship, or they always have to have company. The role that society has given me is that of an outcast, and I guess to some extent that works, but I think I want more at this point. I want to go beyond what someone else is imposing on me, and I want to transcend reality. And actually that's the project I'm working on. It's called Transcend, and the idea kind of came to me when I realized that everybody in society is trying to escape something, even without knowing it. I mean, we have the internet, we have television, the media, and I think people are so fixated on what reality is, or what people tell them it should be, that they don't allow themselves to expand their horizons and transcend it. It's my hope that this project is going to show people the way.
Are
you the manager here?
No.
Guys, what the fuck are you guys?
You putting in an application or?
Actually, I'm doing an independent film.
Okay.
And I was just wondering if I could leave a flyer with you.
This is all you need, just one part?
So far, that's the main part that we're missing. I'm supposed to document the whole process of
Okay. You want some tea?
Yeah, sure. I'm sorry?
You get to put it in.
Put it on that board right there.
Oh, on the board.
Over here.
I'll give you all three of these for 10.
That's too much. How about 3 for 7? I'd be so happy. Do you like them though, or do you think they're terrible?
They're interesting. What was going through your mind when you painted that?
I think sometimes the paintings get judged by if they're realistic or not, or stuff like that. But I've been thinking, like, a lot of times I do paint something that's more like on the astral plane. But one other thing, like when I did this one, was I emphasized the eyes. So it's not realistic. It's not a realistic thing. But I made the eyes bigger because that might mean it's the spirit, or it's like watching over you, or it's like, so it's more than just physical representation.
She's an actress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Have you seen
Hello.
Hey. Brothel senior.
$6?
I know I'm a senior because I forgot. I went to the wrong movie. I forgot to put it on the Any of you here interested in doing a movie?
No.
I really want to start movies. Yeah? It's just one and have it focus on a female part.
Hey, oh, yeah. Some kind of want to show over your boobs?
Saturday, 2:29 p.m.
Message is for Armando Gonzales. This is Gina with the treatment center. Dr. Lee would like for you to call him to discuss the results from your test. Please call us today, and in case you forgot, our extension is 0420. Thank you.
No more messages. Press and hold the erase button to erase all messages.
Hello, is this Dr. Srinivas? Hi, this is Armando. I was calling because I got your message. You said that the test results came back? What do you mean? You found something there? Well, can't you tell me anything more than that? Okay, well, I'll go down there tomorrow so we can talk more about this then. Alright, bye. I gotta go back there. They said that there's a recurrence of the tumor. I gotta go back out to Stanford and hopefully get rid of it once and for all. I just want to move forward with things now, and I want to accomplish something. It just seems every time I'm trying to make progress, things always get in the way. Something holds me back, and I just want to finish something. Even if this is the last thing I want to do, I want to finish it.
Well, as you know, the CAT scan that you took in January indicated that there were some new abnormalities, and we were concerned that that might indicate that the cancer had come back. So you underwent a biopsy, and that biopsy showed that the new abnormalities that we saw in the CAT scan in the abdomen did represent a recurrence of the cancer, and we're hoping that this chemotherapy has helped decrease the amount of cancer that is there, or possibly even completely eliminated it.
Will it cure the cancer?
Well, in this situation, when you've had a testicular cancer that was treated and it went away and then it came back, usually when it comes back, we can give chemotherapy that will make it go away again, but it won't stay away for a long time. So we need to think about a different option than standard chemotherapy. The high-dose chemotherapy and the transplant has a higher chance.
What are my chances of coming out of this once I go through all of that stuff?
Well, the goal is to cure this, and the chances of cure with this are good. The way I like to look at it is that if you took a whole group of people going through this, in general, half of those people will achieve a cure and half won't.
So I have a 50-50 chance of making it through this.
For you as an individual, it's hard to say how you're going to do. And so even though you hear those numbers apply to a whole group of patients, a whole population of patients, not to any one person. So the only thing that matters for you is that you fall on the right side of that percentage.
I really don't know what to expect. They're going to do the bone marrow procedure next. This is my second cycle of chemo. They're not even sure if this is going to work or not. So I really don't have much optimism at this point. All I know is that I have a 4-week window. I want to finish the project, and that's what I'm going to focus on. That's the one thing I know I got going for me right now is this project, and I'm determined to finish it now.
Do you have any shortness of breath?
I get anxiety sometimes, and like causes, and plus I don't like being cooped up in the room that much.
Right. And have you ever had breathing test any elsewhere?
Not like this.
Not like this. Have you ever had scuba diving before?
Maybe once.
Once? Okay, that's good enough. So this is the bike plug that you're gonna wear, and you're gonna put your teeth here, your lips coming to the other side, and you cover it completely. Okay? And once I put this nose clip in, you're just gonna breathe through your mouth. Okay? So breathe in and out through the mouthpiece. All right?
And how long am I gonna be like that?
No, off and on. We're gonna do a couple tests, and we'll take a little break between. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll give you instructions step by step as we go. You're gonna put that in your mouth. That's it. You just snorkeling. There you go. And your teeth goes to behind. Yeah. Okay. And now I want you to sit nice and tall. Nice and tall. That's perfect. Okay. So start with nice and easy breathing. Now take deep breath in, deep as you can. In, blow. There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And blow as much as you can. I want to get the whole volume from your lungs, okay? There you go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. A little more, little more, little more. Keep going, keep going. In again. In. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Almost done, almost done. A little bit more. And in again. In. 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 Okay. You okay?
Yeah.
Alright. You did your best. That's good.
I don't really think that the chemo's what's making me sick. I think it's really being cooped up in this place for so long. Kind of getting cabin fever. I'll spend more time here, but I kind of get anxiety attacks. I come here to do my emails or try to do some writing, but even though it's kind of a struggle now, I gotta finish the project. The deadlines are coming, and I gotta do this before the audition dates start up, and we just gotta finish this now. Even if it's the last thing I gotta do, I'm gonna finish it.
So you go home today, huh?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
curious, so I thought I'd ask, you know, because I know she's going to be like, Mom, what's going on? In the air kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Good.
I think I would want to be remembered as someone who thought outside of the box, someone who saw beyond the illusion that is the physical world. I think I'd want to be seen as someone who basically transcended the material, someone who was self-contained. I want to be remembered as someone who didn't need to rely on the world to be self-fulfilled, but found fulfillment within. And I just want to be remembered as someone who basically did things my way. Someone who didn't follow the mainstream or feel the need to conform to a system or another person's concept of normality.
You know, I don't know what I fear more, death or just living a life without meaning or emotion. And I think that's the way I've lived most of my life, is without feeling. But now that I've come to a point where I have kind of a deadline, I feel like I'm far more inspired and motivated than I've ever been, ever since I got into filmmaking. And the irony is that I'm running out of time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this thing. I just don't know if it can be done in the short span of time that I have left. I got to go back for treatment soon, and once I get started, it's going to be impossible for me to really do anything more. The last treatment was pretty harsh. I barely got through that. The next one's going to be about 5 times worse. I'm not even going to be able to do any kind of physical activities. I'm going to be confined to one room for probably about a year, and that's if I make it through the year. At least if I have this to look back at, then maybe I can get through the rest of what's coming. Maybe if I have something to give me a sense of accomplishment. I just know this will all have been for nothing if I don't do anything.
I don't really feel anything right now. I feel too detached to even have a reaction to this right now. I'm looking for someone to do a psychic reading. I haven't really done this sort of thing before, but I'm sort of at a crossroads right now, and I was wondering if there's a time that you can set up so we can talk. Is there a way that you could give me an answer sooner, because I'm kind of out of time? I could come in tomorrow if that's possible, and you'd be okay with a camera? The reason I want to document this is because I've gotten some news recently, and I'm not really going to have anything to show for after, and it's really important to me to have something to show.
And they put them back together any way that seems right. We'll take a look at these. Okay, taking kind of what you've given me and looking at the cards overall, I'll go through them more one by one, but
Okay.
what I immediately get is that you are at a huge turning point in terms of your life.
Yeah.
You're already starting to move in a direction you probably in your earlier life never dreamed about, never thought about. Do you have dreams that you get, like insights from your dreams, or kind of little flashes of things?
A cousin of mine committed suicide recently, and I've been having dreams where she's coming to me and sort of counseling me. Like I'm kind of in an office, it seems like a psychiatrist office, and I expect to see someone else there, but it's always her. And she's always telling me the way I should live my life and do things, and really felt that close to her while she was around, but I always felt like she was kind of a kindred spirit because we both sort of went through issues of depression, and we had a lot of the same things going on, but we just never knew about it.
Yeah, and sometimes people don't talk about those things, especially if you're younger. You don't even know what you should talk about, or how to tell somebody some of those things. Okay, I'm going to go through kind of the reading part. You have the card of a great deal of sadness, tears, as though it's perhaps interrupted, at least for a period of time.
I see.
So you, and also you have as the influence around you some quick and sudden change. So just keep in mind that, if things are rough and you really feel like just hanging it up, don't. Call for help, use whatever help is available to you, friends that you can call, or, this person here, or whatever you need to do. But if you really have a low period, then call. And if you have a little time, I do energy work, and I feel like it would be helpful to you if I just did a little bit of energy work on you. Unwind myself from my chair here. And I'm going to work with sound and mantra. You may later find yourself crying, feeling upset, but that, let it come out and just feel whatever feelings of sorrow you have.
You know what we all have in common? No matter where we are or what we're doing, we'd always rather be somewhere else. We're always looking for some new place to go, or some new way of life to escape into. I think escape is a common theme in all of our fiction and all of the writings and movies. Everything that we see out there is all about escape. You see, I see film as a true final frontier. I think you can transcend into a whole nother dimension through film. I mean, in this venue you can know what it's like to die, you can know what it's like to kill, you can really dig deep into your dark side and do things that wouldn't be permissible within the mainstream of society. That's what I like about this. I can be someone that deep down I really want to be, but that others wouldn't accept.
Saturday, 2:29 p.m.
I have a tendency to go to places where nobody else or a few others go to. I think it's because these places are by nature more quiet places, because these are places that others have forgotten. These kind of serve as gateways to the past. You learn about what other people left behind. You see
the remains, through the physical environment, you kind of get a sense of what events transpired in these places. This is my fortress of solitude. I like to come here to do my creative thinking. I find if I have too many distractions around, I can't really accomplish anything. You see, I don't really feel like myself when I have other people around because their perception is always in conflict with my own, and so that kind of takes away from my confidence. But when I get away from it all, when I'm in solitude, not here by myself, when I'm just alone with my thoughts, I feel like I can accomplish anything, like there's no limits. Some notes I'm working on for some scenes I'm doing for this film project. And we're doing the last minute touches to get Transcend ready to go. I take my notes on this wherever I go. I try to keep it with me all the time. It's part of the process. I have a very elaborate process. A lot of people find it time-consuming and overly complicated, but I think it really works to get across the substance that I want to put into my stories, and some people don't really spend that kind of time on development. I mean, they just throw something together out of formulaic plot devices, and all they end up with is a bunch of cliches. When I'm around other influences, other people, I get vibes, usually negative ones. People are so pessimistic, so hopeless. They fill me with despair, and that's the last thing I need right now, you see. I want to get away from all of that. The one thing that keeps me going is this project. It gives me hope. It gives me a chance to leave my mark. They say that people who write, people who act, people who leave some kind of a lasting reminder of who they were, those are the people that really have immortality. Those are the people that transcend mortality and live on in the memories of those they leave behind. A couple of days I got to go back. I'm not looking forward to it. They're saying they want to do more chemotherapy, but they're not really giving me very good odds. I'm not really sure it's going to work. Even if it does work, that's not even the end of it. They want to do some kind of a bone marrow transplant, and then they want to, I don't know, they want to do even more intense chemotherapy. And they want to totally obliterate whatever I got inside of me. Of course, it'll probably kill the cancer, hopefully, but then it'll also kill everything else. Just kind of a race to see what kills me first.
All I want to do, ultimately, I don't have to be rich, I don't have to be famous. I just want to be able to live and work as an actress one day. Right now I have another job, because most of the time indies don't pay.
They have really no idea what they're doing. They're like, hey, I thought I'd make a movie, so yeah, we're looking for some hot chicks to like be in our horror film, and there's gonna be nudity and we're not gonna pay you. Is that cool? This is my first audition ever.
First audition, have you ever tried out for anything before?
Actually, when I was younger, I was in a bunch of musicals and plays, but then when high school started, all the drama kids in high school were always a little bit off, so yeah, it's always like that.
Have you ever had any like waking dreams, like really mundane, ordinary dreams that keep repeating themselves, and you think you're awake because you're doing such mundane, normal things? And
I had a freaky one that I have like repetitive dreams, but I had a dream about a wolf one night and I was in bed. Door starts to open and this dog comes in my room, like this wolf dog walks in, and I was like, Puppy, where did you come from? And it like lunges at me and starts to bite at my face, and I was like, and I woke up and I'm like, oh my god.
Actually, when I was little, I used to have night terrors because my dreams were just so vivid, and I was like 3 and 4 and I couldn't handle it, and I would wake up just like screaming my head off. And I don't know, I guess that would be almost a waking dream because I didn't know who my parents were. Like they would come in and they would try to comfort me, and I would be like flipping out, and there was nothing that they could do to help me. I remember one time I was so upset that I was rubbing my feet together, and they just got all blistered and bloody.
You have dreams that have meaning to you, like?
Absolutely. Well, of course. I mean, I think that all dreams come from somewhere. Obviously, they're coming from up here.
Yeah.
So if they repeat and they're that intense and that realistic while I'm dreaming, even though I know it's just a dream, it's there to provoke something in my real life. It's there to give me a sign or tell me something. And that's what really frustrating, because it's hard to figure out sometimes what they're trying to say.
My major before I decided on broadcasting was psychology, and I love the mind. It's interesting, definitely.
And what are some things that you like about the mind?
Everybody has issues, everybody is different, everybody's got a story to tell, and everybody goes about it, you know, everything a different way. I mean, I don't think you can really completely understand another person, and that fascinates me.
I kind of see it as a place, like another world, like where you can explore things and do things that in the physical world aren't really possible. Have you ever thought of it that way? Or?
Of acting that way?
Of the mind?
Of the mind that way? Exploring, like, restate it, tell me.
Go ahead and try it, see how it goes.
Okay.
Whenever you want.
Okay. This is none of my business, but is there anything else you do besides this project?
Don't get me wrong, working with you has been a real head trip, but it's just a little weird that I don't really know anything about you.
Working with you has been a real head trip, but it's just a little weird that I don't really know anything about you.
It's just a little weird that I don't really know anything about you.
I probably don't know you well enough to say this, but I worry about you.
Well, don't. I have an outlet other people only dream of. Reality isn't what the world imposes on me. It is whatever I make it.
No, you have a fantasy, and that's great.
But it isn't real. You can't possibly be happy this way.
You say you want to know me, but outside of this project, would you want to have anything to do with me?
Perhaps.
Who you are is dictated by how others react to you.
No, Freud, you got it backwards.
No, I'm a project.
I go wherever I choose, I talk
You're compelled by
whenever
me
I
to
choose.
make me conform
I have people in my life because I want them in it, not because I need them.
I'm trying to reach
You,
out to you.
on the other
I
hand,
understand what you're
are
going through.
paralyzed
I've been
by
there, and I
constant
honestly want to help
rejection.
You're compelled by me to make me
No,
Change may be the only
I'm a
real care.
trendsetter.
Life
I'm a
is
follower.
changed.
I don't need others to define who I am.
Look, you're alone because your whole world revolves around yourself.
You can't experience love without loss.
You can't experience love without loss.
You can't experience love without loss. You can't know happiness without suffering, and you can't be free if you fear pain that comes with living in the real world.
Especially if you're a prisoner to a fantasy world.
You may surround yourself with an entourage, but you'll be no less alone than me. You want to know who I am? I am whoever I want to be. I do whatever I want to do, and I do not let anybody tell me what or who or what I cannot do. I am freer than you'll ever be because I don't fear my solitude. I thrive on it. I can't really say it was a hard choice to make. I mean, there wasn't really much to choose from at all. A lot of people that I did want to have there didn't show up. A lot of the people that I didn't really care one way or another did. So it was kind of a weird experience because right off the bat I think I know who I wanted. I can't say that she's the one that I got along with the most or the one that I would probably have preferred to work with, but she is the one that I think will make the project the most interesting. See how she feels about everything and see if it's a good fit, see if we can make this work. Hello? Is this Sasha? Hey, this is Armando. Yeah, I want to let you know about the next callback for the audition. I would like to do it tomorrow. You know, I really like to get that ready as soon as possible because I have some other things coming up and I just want to kind of stick to my deadline. Cool. I guess I'll talk to you later then. Okay, bye. Do you ever think about death or what's going to come in the next state of being, if there is one?
Well, I've like thought about what would happen, but I don't like sit there and think about it because I don't really fear death.
Do you have a concept of heaven, or is that something you don't believe in?
I'm not like totally anti-religion. I do believe that there's some like greater spiritual thing. I just don't. I do not believe in organized religion at all. I think it's just something that people created to give hope to other people. Are you religious?
I don't know.
How do you not know? What do you believe in? Or what do you not believe in?
Well, I mean, I was born into a religion, but...
Yeah, well, I'm Jewish, but... so... that doesn't mean anything.
But I mean, I can't really say I believe in it 100% because it's just something that was kind of imposed on me and I didn't really find it for myself, so...
I just feel like religion is something that people created to make themselves feel better.
Yeah.
Because there's a spider on you. Okay. I saved you from the spider, by the way. Just like going back to the times when it was created, it was when people really needed hope. If you know that there's somebody that can help you at your worst time, and you can sit there on your knees and pray to this thing that's all powerful and can help you, then you're gonna have hope, you know?
I met a guy who, like, he had a really, I guess, sad story to tell. He said he spent a lot of time in jail. He came back from the Gulf War. His father died. He lost all his money, and I actually ran into him at this abandoned theater building, and he had all these boards up and all these posters, and he was there doing sermons by himself and just practicing. He said he wanted to be the next Billy Graham.
Because someday it's going to be all full of people. Someday God's going to let me do like Billy Graham.
How did you get started doing kind of this?
Oh, well, I was a guard at Soledad Prison. I was a guard there. I didn't know God, and I met this girl. She started doing drugs, and I lost my job there. So I started doing all kinds of bad things and drugs, everything. And I got in trouble, and I went to prison. And then in prison, as a guard, they were going to kill me. You know, I'll kill you. You're a guard. I'll kill you. So what? Yeah. So I started getting God's word. This is how I want to be. I want to be hugging Jesus. This is what I want to be like. I got these Michael Jordan shoes. They say want to be like Michael, but I myself want to be like Jesus. You see, and I have these nails right here. And what this represents to me is it's telling me that He put these nails in His hands and His feet for me and you. He died for us.
I mean, he had no one listening to him, but he said that someday he's going to go out and talk to people and spread the message. And he said he found religion in prison
because he needed hope. What do you need in prison? You need hope. Why else? Like, how else are you going to get through prison? Exactly. That's why people... Seriously, I stand my point. There you go. That's why. But like when things happen, like big things happen, like what happened to him.
Yeah.
I think that's fate. Like I believe in some greater power that does certain things the same way that everything happens for a reason. It all kind of leads into one thing, but it's not like God. Who the hell is God? And why is He white and a man? See, look at those people making out. They're in love.
So you believe in there being such thing as love? You know, it's another kind of intangible concept there.
You want to talk about religion, I'll laugh, but love, that's some serious shit. I totally believe in being in love, because it's a feeling. It like takes over you physically, as you know what I mean? It's not even just like a concept you have to think of.
Yeah.
Because when you love, you love from like the tips of your fingers to your toes. How do you explain that? You know?
Chemical attraction.
Yeah, but even then, like, even if it's a chemical attraction, that's part of love. That's like a weird concept to grasp anyways. Okay, this is my work calling. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Hello? I don't know, you tell me the latest that I could do it, and then I'll tell you if I can do it. Yeah, what time is it right now? I will try my best.
The Cancer Society, they donated it. So here's a screen test for this thing. I better get rid of this thing before she comes in. When I say action, just wake up frantically like you're in a cold sweat and you're
Okay, how about before you do it, how about we'll practice it, okay? Do you want me to kind of sit up and be like...
Yeah, like you rise up. Like
yeah, like...
You're breathing really hard and heavy. Okay, this one we're gonna record. Okay, action. Okay, try that one more time. I don't think I followed you very well.
Oh no, that was the best one.
Okay, good. That was a lot better. Get a shot of like you walking in and
Okay.
looking at your expression, and you want to take away the angst in your, you know, like you think this is gonna wash away your sins or whatever.
Do you want me to do it the first time with like less intensity, like I'm just washing my face? Okay, let's do it. Ready?
This one has the vitamin C in it, so
Yeah, make sure you tell me which one it is. That would be like.
yeah.
Got it.
Go. Did you swallow it?
No, I can't swallow them. I can't swallow pills, but I pretended to. Is that okay?
That was fine. This was definitely not what I expected. I had it all planned out. This is going to be a 3-day shoot. Everything just went out of control when I found out that I had to go back to the hospital early. So she had to come down early, and we only had 1 day to shoot, and so it was just chaos. I mean, we were running around, losing things, and not really having it all together, and just we had to go with what we had at that moment. And there were so many problems and so many unanticipated roadblocks throughout the shoot, but I guess we pulled through. Okay, good. So, do you have any questions about the scene so far?
Which scene is this?
And this is a scene where you apprehend the man that's caused your pain. This is the final destination where you finally confront him. You're gonna kind of get tearful and overwhelmed with emotion when you find him because you finally caught up with him. But there's something going on here that's not quite right. Like, there's something kind of metaphysical going on. Like, the audience is wondering, is this in your mind, or is this literal, or is it really happening?
So are you actually dead, or is it just the outline and you're standing there?
The guy's actually dead, and you're following the man responsible for his death.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's kind of a hard concept to grasp, but I got it.
This all feels so anticlimactic after all the struggles and everything I went to get to this point. I'm not really sure what to feel. It's just all very numbing at this point. I don't know. I mean, we did everything that we set out to do. We covered all the points in the script. I got her to play the part more or less the way I wanted in spite of some of her unsolicited input. Just the things that she was saying at the audition, and I got this sense that she was so full of herself. I don't know, but then there was something I liked about her. Just this sense of drama, like she really challenged me. And I didn't get that from any of the other people. I mean, they were all just like telling me whatever they thought that I wanted to hear. And I guess that's kind of cool, but it really wasn't compelling. I don't think it would have made for a very interesting film. I'm really exhausted. I mean, we were shooting all day and most of the night, and I got it all that I could anyway. I'm keeping my fingers crossed and hoping I got enough usable material there to complete my project. Yeah, I think it was quite an experience, if nothing else.
You said just a few portions got
because they lost power that day.
Yeah, when it lost power.
A few portions.
Yeah, but they said it's still good. So, but they processed for you free, and they gave you free roll of film.
Okay. Remember the schools? Then you're not gonna pay for this, and then and then they gave you the roll for film. Can you open it up and see it? If you still have something with it.
Seditions, heresies, and what happens if we do these things? God says, they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of God. You need to avoid sexual immorality. You got to learn to control your own body in a way that is holy and honorable. And I find out that when I go to school and college and stuff, they're giving you rubbers and they're putting them on, bananas and stuff like that. And you realize all it is the world stuff. I don't want my kids to know, but that's what it is. We need to avoid stuff like that. We think it's normal because we're learning that. And we need to be not in passionate lust.
Isn't it flesh that makes us weak, though? That's
right.
The thing that holds us back, you know.
The flesh, you see, the bad part is we're born that way. When Adam and Eve sinned and they fell and stuff, that flesh, that flesh, he was hiding. He says he's naked. What's so wrong with being naked? But all of a sudden, those nasty thoughts came in his mind. I'm naked. But to God, it's not really nasty, bro. It's just our mind. It's to abandon the way we're walking which is real hard because a lot of people still do it and everything. They don't even know they're doing it. That's the sad part.
Hi, is this an escort service? Hello? Hang up on me. I'm trying to reach VIP escorts. Yeah, I was wondering if you could send someone over to the place where I'm at right now. My name? Armando Gonzales. You take credit? Okay. Yeah, that'd be fine. Okay, I had something I wanted to say. Could you send me someone that's really willing to spend time, like, I'm looking for some kind of emotional intimacy right now. It'd be very important to spend some quality time with someone right now. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Are you new here?
I am.
So, where are you from?
Originally, Philadelphia.
And you have family here, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, my brother, he's doing school over at Stanford. So.
Hmm.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm a writer and filmmaker. I mean, usually I come to these places to get away from it all, to have somewhere quiet to do my thing. Yeah, so I'm a little bit nervous, I don't know.
You're nervous?
Yeah.
Really? Wow. Shouldn't be.
Am I making you nervous?
Oh, not at all. I mean, like, a little bit. Nice. No.
Nice.
So, tell me more about yourself. You seem interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What seems so interesting about me?
You just seem intriguing. Everyone's intriguing. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a bit of mystery. What's your mystery? What's your story?
I don't know if I can really go into that right now. I mean, I do have a lot to tell, but people usually get freaked out when I say too much, and then I end up alienating people.
Why would they get freaked out?
I'm sorry?
Why would they get freaked out?
Because they get scared of things that they don't really understand, or...
My theory with life is if people can't accept you for who you are, then fuck them. Physically. You have to know who you are. You have to know what you want. You have to go out and get what you want. And you have to be comfortable in every scenario you're in. Well, it was nice meeting you, but I have to take off.
You have to leave already?
Yeah, unfortunately. But it was a pleasure meeting you.
Okay.
Take care.
Bye.
Okay.
It's just more and more I feel like these things are out of my reach. Like, these things are not really, I don't know, like they're not meant for someone like me. Maybe all I wanted was some female companionship, some kind of human warmth to fill this void that I have, and I didn't even get that. I mean, with all the money I spent, I thought I would get something out of it, and all I only feel empty now. I feel even more empty now than I was before I started.
Like being in this physical realm and being encased in these physical vessels is kind of limiting at times.
Since I'm living in the material, I don't think I should avoid it. So I can't remember what was the question?
If the physical world is limiting, and if
yeah, sure it's limiting, but you know, let's say that tree has a soul too. You know, that tree probably has a big limitation, but at the same time, that tree is feeding us air. So it's like that. That's where it's not limited.
So you think it's possible to visit the other life in your dream state?
Yeah, but I don't think you're really supposed to so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think if it just happens, whatever. But like, you're like another thing. You're not supposed to mess around with dead people. I don't think they're supposed to go off and do their own thing. They're also not supposed to be haunting us or messing around or something.
I honestly believe that these people that society refers to bums, the rejects of our populace, I really do believe that they're the most enlightened ones. I've always believed that conflict is the essence of life, and those who are most in conflict understand it the best. I don't look to the mainstream for counsel or guidance, because I don't really believe they're as much in tune with reality as those that are suffering the most. I believe these people that have hit rock bottom are the most challenged, therefore the ones who are the most alive. These individuals living in suffering, struggling just to survive every day, these are the ones who really understand what it's all about. They have the greatest appreciation for this physical realm, and I think they understand it far better than any of us ever will.
And no matter whether people give or not, whether or not they're coming down the ramp or wherever I'm standing or not, my belief is that I ask God to bless each person and give peace to them. And so as you probably, I don't know if you saw him, and that's what you see me doing.
At this point in your life, what do you feel God's purpose is for you?
I believe that I'm doing exactly what God wants me to do. I believe that I'm one of His soldiers. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that God uses each and every person that He chooses to use.
So what do you think is the reason that we're here on this in this world right now?
We aren't here by mistake. None of us are here by mistake. We're not doing. You are not standing there by mistake. He is not standing there by mistake. I'm not here by mistake. This is the way it's supposed to be. It's the way He wants.
What exactly does heaven mean to you? Like, what is that?
Heaven, for me, heaven would be where I would be able to go and gather with those others who manage to somehow or another accept this, accept Jesus. As He says the first will be last and the last will be first. I've been last all my life. So I'm looking forward for that place, heaven, whatever heaven is, where there's no more sorrow, there's no more hurt, there's no more worry, there's no more sadness, there's no more dying, there's no more sickness, there's no more hatred, it's just automatic love, just automatic love. I still gotta go get money. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I need that. Now, see, I still have to. What time is it? See, I still have to go buy money. Yeah.
This is Armando. I finished editing the film. I want to know if you can meet me. I found a location that we could maybe shoot at. It's an abandoned prison, and if you can meet me at 11, it's in Fort Ord. So I'll see you then.
The only prison we really live in is our own mind. Our only real limitation is limitation we impose on ourselves. If you make reality a prison for yourself, then it will be. The mind is the greatest man-made prison of all.
Are you a Hitchcock fan?
Yeah.
Ever seen the movie Vertigo?
Yeah.
You know what the word vertigo means? Fear of heights. I always did have a fear of heights, but ever since I was a kid, I was afraid of heights. Oddly enough, I always liked climbing though. Something about reaching the top kind of gave me a feeling of accomplishment. Made me feel like I was conquering something.
Well, anyways, this is the setup, so I guess we'll try to get right into your current project, the film you're working on, see whatever stories you might want to have about the filming or the project itself, we can talk about.
Okay.
So I'll give you an introduction, like, I don't know if there's anything specific you want in the introduction. I'll just introduce you as a up-and-coming new filmmaker or something here.
So you're going to introduce me as a filmmaker because I don't really consider myself a filmmaker per se. I mean, I make films, but not in the conventional sense anyway.
What do you consider yourself? Local artist?
Well, you can say that I'm an explorer of the human condition. Until I've really proven myself as a filmmaker, I can't really give myself that title.
Okay. Do you mean like until you finish the film, then you consider yourself
I haven't proven myself.
Yeah.
I need to put it out there, see how people react to it then. And I don't want to be associated with all those wannabes who just try to entertain. They're just content with putting out formulaic trash. I'm more interested in enlightening people. I see it as a way of experimenting on social behavior, and film, that's kind of like an outlet for enlightenment. And I think we can use it in that way instead of just to entertain. And at least that's what I hope to do. I want to send a message to people, and I hope that in doing so I've contributed something to the world.
Welcome to another episode of Indie Zone. I'm your host, Coca, and thanks for joining us this week. We have a special guest today by the name of Armando Gonzales. He's a local artist, and we're going to talk about his upcoming short film and the process of how he got it made. Tell us a little bit about Transcend, the short film.
Transcend has a lot to do with my fears, my desires, my innermost fantasies. It deals on a very subliminal level. I think we all do things without knowing why. When we look back, we realize there was a reason for why we did those things. And I'm trying to understand the reasons for why my life has arrived at the destination that it has, and ultimately what was my purpose in taking this course.
Cool. Looking forward to the short film. We'd like to, when it's finished, even air it on our show. That would be cool. Well, we're just about out of time. Is there anything else you'd like to
I have a statement that I brought.
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know if I could get this right if I just tried to say it off the top of my head. I get a little self-conscious with all these cameras. But if it's okay, I'd like to read some of this. Who am I? This is the undying question that has lingered in my mind and plagued my dreams since the moment I opened my eyes and saw the world for what it truly is. Whatever my place in it is, I have yet to determine, for I continue to cling to the childhood fantasies and ideals that provided me a function and a sense of purpose in society. In a world where no moral consensus nor a sense of mystery still remains, there can be no place for a romantic dreamer such as myself. Though I live, I do not feel alive. Though I am human, I do not deem myself a member of the human race. For I find myself indifferent to the human condition and unable to relate to the human experiences. Among the human masses, I vanish into anonymity. In the vast realm of my own mind, I am capable of omnipotence. Within the physical world, it seems I have nothing. In this unique place, which I call the mind realm. Reality is whatever I make it. This is my journey, and I share it with all of you in hopes that at least some of you will follow this path to its logical conclusion. It will not be an easy path. It will take an act of courage, a leap of faith, one that only the bold are willing to take. And unfortunately, I can't tell any of you how to do it. I cannot explain to you what it means to transcend. This is something I can only show you.
Oh, no.
Call the police.
Your souls shall be sheltered from temptation.
You'll never really know until you die. You're right.
From trying to get over the
Tonight's top story, a Salinas man publicly commits suicide during a taped recording of a public access show which showcases local filmmakers. Police say 28-year-old Armando Gonzales Jr. was on the show promoting his upcoming film. During the interview, he asked to make a statement, which turned out to be a cryptic suicide note. After his statement, Gonzales pulled a handgun from his jacket and fatally shot himself in the head. Witnesses say they sensed something was wrong when he started his speech, but never imagined what would have come next.
And he had a letter when he was reading it, and we didn't know what was going on. And then he just, from there he pulled out his gun, and if I didn't have time to think, I didn't even know what was going on. Everything happened so quick,
Investigators are still deciphering the statement, and the reasons behind why he did it are still a mystery.
People who write, people who act, people who leave some kind of a lasting reminder of who they were, those are the people that really have immortality. Those are the people that transcend. Transcend, 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 transcend. It's about transcending it all. And that's the title of Transcend, 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 Transcend.
Thank you for joining us on this special night for the movie premiere of Armando Gonzales' Transcend. We will be showing the movie momentarily, but we'd also like to bring out a special guest, the star and lead actress of Transcend, Sasha Dworkin.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for coming out to see the film. It means a lot to myself and Armando's family. I don't even know where to begin. This is definitely the most personal project that I've ever worked on with anyone. Armando is definitely somebody who was socially misunderstood by many people, and he was just like one of us, anybody. That's crazy. Because working on the film, I was just working on a project, an art project. And then now when I look back at it and I watch it, it's like basically a suicide note. Thanks for coming out, guys.
I try to come here twice a week to make sure that the flowers are fresh, and I like to bring red roses. It's hard to believe that a year has gone by since he left, and I'm not sure. Sometimes I think that it's gone by really quick because it seems like it was just yesterday when he was still here. sometimes it's very hard not being able to talk to him or see him. And I surround myself with his pictures and his things and all the gifts that he gave me through the years for Mother's Day or Christmas, and all the things that he had. I haven't been able really to change anything in his room. Everything's still the same. I need to go in there and just keep it up, but I don't think we're ready to really change his room. I'm glad that finishing this documentary, because I'll learn more about my son. I thought I really knew him, but there's so many questions and so many things that I'm learning about him. I have to accept the fact that he's gone and that he's better. Because in fact he was in a lot of pain, and I wouldn't want him to go through that again. I wish I can do more, or wish I could turn time back and do things better.
And now I bid unto all farewell. I go soon to the rest in the paradise of God, until my spirit and body shall again reunite, and I am brought forth triumphant through the air to meet you before the pleasing bar of great Jehovah, the eternal judge of both quick and dead.
Now it's more about trying to spread a message to others. Maybe by understanding my life, they can get a better understanding of their own lives. And that's kind of what I want to contribute to the world. I've always thought of film as something transcendent, and I want to show people that aspect of filmmaking. I want them to remember that. And I think if things go the way I want them to go, that this film is going to send a message that people will not soon forget.